All right. Welcome back to the Meet Us in the Ring podcast. I am Mary the Heel, here as always with Maddie. Today, as you can see, it's just us girlies. So we're just going to have a casual convo about everything that's going on in WWE right now because a lot has been going on between new championship belts, the Money in the Bank. Ugh, there's been so much about that. And then even NXT, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. So we're just going to talk about everything that's going on. How are you doing today, Maddie?
I'm doing good. It is a beautiful day out today. I'm feeling good. Beautiful boxes still have yet to be unpacked, but it's good to be back.
I know, we missed you last week.
Yeah, sorry guys. Still, as you can see, I did a lot of unpacking last week, but no. We're
Yeah,
getting
it's okay.
furniture set up now. So
Nice.
Malik and Axel could not be here for reasons that we don't know. So
No shade, though. No shade, though.
no, we love them. What's up,
Hi.
Junior? Junior's
What's
here.
up,
It's a good
Junior?
time.
Here, as always. But the first thing that I want to talk about is these new championship belts for Asuka and Rhea. Because let me just
Yeah,
say, I'm I'm not mad about it in the sense that like there's cohesion on the brands, but at the
Yeah.
same time, you copy and pasted.
Yeah, it's the NXT women. I mean, the NXT Women's Championship already looked like the original and the men's NXT title, but they're doing
Mm-hmm.
exactly what they did, just same thing, white belt. It's not original. I wasn't very excited to see it when they
Mm-hmm.
first like unveiled Asuka's belt. I literally said out loud, "Oh, so Roman's belt," but
Yeah.
in this. So it was a little disappointing. I hate Rhea's belt. I don't know why. I
Really?
just hate it. I don't like it.
I am the opposite. I hate Asuka's belt. I
Really?
just I don't like Roman and Asuka's belt because to me it just looks like the McDonald's logo upside down.
Yeah.
That yellow, I know it's supposed to be gold, but like on
Ugh.
TV in certain light, it just looks like mustard yellow, and I just do not like it. But and it actually made me realize that Seth and Rhea's belts are actually kind of cute. I was hating on those when they first unveiled those, but those ones are cuter to me than the gold ones. And
Yeah.
was anybody else annoyed that Adam Pearce was the one unveiling the titles for Asuka and Rhea
Ugh.
instead of Triple H?
I didn't even catch that. That is weird.
Yeah, Triple H did Roman's and Seth's, but then Adam Pearce. No offense, love Adam Pearce, but why did he unveil Asuka and Rhea's? Like,
Secondary. The women will always be secondary to Triple H, I guess.
you know, I don't know what it is, but I, I I'm not a fan of the titles looking exactly the same as the men's. Like
Yeah.
maybe it's to make it more like equal. I don't know what the thought process is, but they're just copy and paste. Maybe it's easier for them to manufacture because they all just look the same.
That's true, yeah. I don't know. I didn't see much wrong with the Raw Women's Championship, the SmackDown Women's Championship. I guess in all, there's always in due time for something new, but like, I thought they were
Yeah.
fine as they were. The design I liked. I'm glad we didn't go down to one women's champion. That would have sucked.
Yeah.
Because
I think they just thought it'd be easier to like make new belts rather than have them swap belts.
I know I don't want.
And maybe this will just make it easier so that if they get drafted to a different brand or whatever else, then they can still take that belt with them because it doesn't have a specific brand on it, which
That's
makes
true.
sense. But like, are we going to do that with the tag team titles then?
Well, we're doing the unification match for the tag titles, right? Oh, you mean
Oh, sorry, I meant the
the
men's.
men's
Yeah,
tag?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
talking about the women's.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. No, like, and like, I hate coming on here and just like complaining, but it's like
What?
some things. Maybe it's just because I'm not a business person. I've never ran a wrestling show, but I can still have opinions and be like, I don't understand this. Why are we unifying the women's tag team belts? Is it because we just can't scrounge up any tag teams? Because I know there's plenty of women in developmental who could benefit from being in a tag team.
Yeah, there's a lot of girls down there. And there's quite a few tag teams. I think they've already made like 2 new ones. 2 new tag teams. I don't know.
Yeah, and like all these women are vying over one belt. That seems a little much.
We know who's winning that unification match anyway, which kind of sucks. Because I actually would prefer it to be Alba and Isla.
Me too. Hey, Deontay, how you doing?
Hola, Deontay.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone is assuming that Ronda and Shayna are going to win the unification match, which makes sense for the brand,
Yeah.
but just kind of doesn't really help Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
Not at all, because they'll probably just break up after they lose the titles.
Oh, please no. Please keep some tag teams. Even though, like, they weren't they feuding like a few months ago, and then they became a tag team?
Yep. Yeah, it just kind of randomly happened, which I loved it, the unholy union, and I love the NXT women's tag titles. I think that they're important titles, and NXT really gets them around, so the fact that they're no longer going to be with us kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it sound like they're dying.
I know.
But they are!
I mean, we'll see how it goes, but I'm hoping that the unification will make them seem more important.
Yeah.
And Ronda and Shayna can go hang out in NXT for some of the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as Rhea and Asuka's belts, you know, I personally like the white straps. I don't have an issue with that. It's just the copy and paste of the title design that I'm just like,
it's just lazy. It seems really lazy to me.
Yeah. Maybe it was just a business decision from like a financial standpoint of, hey, we can't keep creating all these different SKUs of belts, so let's just make the same one and put a new strap on it.
And to call it the women's, I don't know, it just seemed very like last minute, like, we're unveiling a new women's title. Like it was an afterthought. That's what I was thinking of. Afterthought. Like it just doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of care from Triple H being put to the women's division right now, and that sucks because I would have thought that that's important to him. Mm-hmm. Doesn't seem like it though.
I mean, I think it's hard with Stephanie being gone too, because she was such an advocate for the women, and with her not being in any type of creative control anymore, it just seems like it's almost been maybe too much to handle.
Yeah.
I don't know. Rhea's new belt induction felt very rushed. Yes, it did.
Yeah, they didn't give her like any time at all. Fuck, I don't know. I was annoyed with the whole thing. I think Adam Pearce is annoying as hell, and I think it would have been really cool to see Triple H give Rhea the belt.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have been a cool moment because he loves Rhea and Asuka. So I don't know. I just, if you wanted to have that same kind of importance, then why not give it that same kind of respect? Adam? No. But I just felt like that same kind of respect wasn't being given to the women's belts. I don't know. It just made them seem like an afterthought, like they're just not as important. And that's hurtful in a way as a female viewer.
Agreed. And then for Charlotte to immediately come out and get a title match?
Well, I mean, I'm just not surprised anymore. Nothing surprises me about her anymore.
I know. I mean, at least she's not in the Money in the Bank match. And I'm excited about the Money in the Bank matches, though, because it's a lot of new talent that I am here for.
And Becky Lynch.
Well, Becky Lynch and Bayley are there, but, you know, it's Zelina, who I think she's been in a Money in the Bank match before. Obviously, she's never won. I would love for Zelina to win. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't know.
I think it's between her and Io. They were really, I thought it was pretty dead set on Io, but then they've been really kind of showcasing Zelina a little more lately. I do think Io's probably going to win it. But I feel like, honestly, it would make more sense if Zelina won.
Zelina would look great with that Money in the Bank briefcase, though.
Yeah, and I'm sure, you know, a lot of people would be happy to see her cash in on, probably, I feel like Rhea would make more sense.
Yeah, because they had their match at Backlash.
Yeah.
That would make more sense. but she's on SmackDown. So again, it's like the brand split just ruins a lot of things.
Yeah, it does. But at least now it's not like the Raw Women's Championship, the SmackDown Women's Championship. It's a little, they have a little more flexibility, a little more freedom, I guess. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really care. Like, I mean, I don't want to say I don't care, but I'm not as excited about the Money in the Bank ladder match, at least the women's, just because none of my, I mean, yeah, none of my favorites are really in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see anybody like this year winning it that would be like a wow, this is really going to help them moment the way it was for Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not that excited. I hope they do something good with it. If it is Io, hopefully that will lead to her and Damage Control finally just breaking up because I'm over it.
Yeah, I mean, they're clearly playing into that so much lately with Bailey messing up Io's matches and Io volunteering Bailey to go against Shotzi. So,
yeah, hopefully that must mean that Shotzi's going to be in the ladder match now.
You think she's going to take Bailey's spot?
Yeah, I hope so.
Like, then
I
why
love
put
Shotzi.
Yeah, I mean, but then why put Bailey in the match in the first place? You know,
to give that, to build more of that tension with Io, I guess. I don't know. It's a lot harder for them, I feel like, with Dakota being injured too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that kind of put a damper on a lot of plans. But
for sure,
for me, I would like either Io, Zelina, or even Zoe Stark to win it, just because she's doing all of that stuff with Trish right now, and I think that would just add another layer of like F you know, to to everybody. So I don't know. I'm excited for that one. And then for the men's, we have, let's see, Santos Escobar, LA Knight, who I'm sure you're going for.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Who else is in it?
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke.
Damian Priest.
Oh, mm-hmm. Damian Priest. Ricochet.
Oh, banger already.
And who was the last person?
There is one more person. Let me just look it up.
Yeah, I mean, we can probably look it up. But, I mean, yeah.
I would love to see Ricochet win, I'm not going to lie.
Do you realize, like, how happy I would be? I feel like I don't talk about this a lot, like, on TikTok and stuff, but I am a Ricochet fan. I love Ricochet. Him and Samantha are so cute. Love them.
They are, yeah.
I love his tag team with Braun Strowman. I think it just works.
Butch. That's the one we're missing.
Butch. That's right. Because
AKA
it's in the UK.
Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
And Logan Paul. No. This
Junior,
is a fully anti-Logan Paul podcast now that the boys are not here.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they add him to the match, like how they added Austin Theory last year.
As long as he's not taking someone else's spot, then okay, fine, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But if he wins, holy
oh my
crap.
gosh, no. That I will not stand for.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could maybe add to him versus Ricochet again, because they had their spot at Royal Rumble. So maybe like it could lead to them having a match at SummerSlam, and then it will just be an acrobatic match.
Madness, yeah. I mean, the men's, I can already tell that the men's Money in the Bank match is going to outdo the women's.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard when a lot of the men like already have been there for a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
And with the women's, it's like it's still kind of new. Like, yeah, they have Becky and Bailey, but like Zelina was never really pushed until now. I mean, when she won Queen of the Ring, like that was supposed to be her push, and then they just kind of gave up on it. Because technically, she should still be Queen of the Ring right now.
Yeah, they really just threw that away.
Yeah, she like left and then came back, and then she didn't have the crown on anymore. I was like, okay, that was strange. But yeah. I think last year when Liv won, I was so happy for her, and that was such like an iconic moment to me, just because she was the underdog. Like she truly was. And so this year I really don't know which way it's going to go, But I'm still excited for it. I'm going to be rooting for Zelina just because she's my girl. She's been my girl since she was with Andrade. Like,
Wow, long
I
time.
have, yeah, I've loved her for a long time, and I've always wanted her to get those opportunities. So I'm excited for that.
I kind of hope she wins. I feel like she's the most logical choice to win, to be honest. But, you
Yeah.
know, with all the attention Io's been getting lately, she could also be a logical choice to win. It just kind of depends on how they do it. But
And Io versus Asuka, you can't go wrong.
no, we need that.
And if you somehow go wrong, you messed up.
Triple H, please guide us in the right direction there.
Please give me Io versus Asuka. Like, I need it in my life.
Absolutely. It'll happen for sure. I saw like a bunch of reports allegedly being like, oh yeah, Io's the one that's gonna beat Asuka. I'm like, okay, well, as much of a Bianca fan as I am, I'm like, let Asuka have a reign. Let her have her time first before we just snatch it from her.
Well, and let her have other opponents, you know?
Right. Starting with Charlotte Flair.
Besides Charlotte and Bianca. Like, give me other people. And I know that, I guess some people were complaining on the internet. I didn't really see a lot of this, but people had mentioned it, that people were hating on the men's Money in the Bank match because there wasn't star power. What? I don't understand that at all. Yeah, like people on Rest Talk were making whole videos about it, about people complaining. And I'm like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like, yeah, obviously Cody's not in the match, which a lot of people thought was going to happen.
He shouldn't be in the match. I'm glad he's not.
Yeah, I'm glad he's having a match against Dom Dom. I'm here for it.
I'm not happy about that. I think that'll be fun. But I feel like, I mean, you know, you're never going to please wrestling fans. I feel like I'll never be happy.
Yeah.
I am a huge Cody fan. I want to see him beat Roman, but Money in the Bank's not the way to do it. So he shouldn't be in the match. Although I am kind of surprised they don't have like any like legends in there, I guess. Really? Ray's not in there. Edge isn't in there. Not surprisingly, I guess. But I mean, to be honest, I kind of like it. I kind of like the whole like fresh faces thing. LA Knight is really coming up. And a lot of most of the other men we haven't really seen, like, or they're not new, so we know who they are. Yeah. It's like they're just more so on the right. Like Damian Priest. Oh, I kind of hope he wins. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little torn between Damian and LA Knight, but I think they're doing a good thing with the men's Money in the Bank match. But at the same time, it would be cool to have a legend in there just to kind of hold down the fort in the ring. But I don't know.
Well, like Junior said, I just love that there's no former world champions.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unless you count NXT, of course, like you said. But I agree. I like there's no former world champions because then it's like we are almost guaranteed a new world champion, someone who has never had it before. Yeah. Obviously, you know, sometimes cash-ins don't work. Shout out to Theory. Well, technically his worked, but it was on the US title.
Yeah.
But and please, for everything that is holy, please do not let the women cash in the same night. I am so over it. The only person who has not cashed in the same night is Carmella.
And that's why she's the best Miss Money in the Bank for a reason.
Agreed. Like, really, there's no disputing that. Carmella was the best Miss Money in the Bank because she actually held it for a long time before cashing in.
She made a whole gimmick with that briefcase. Like, she really went all in.
Her clothes were money, like, and Mella is money.
Yeah.
And the fact that she was the first Money in the Bank winner was so good.
Yeah. I would love to see Io win it and then kind of taunt Asuka, run around, kind of like, you know, always showing up, taunting her with it. Maybe something like that would be good. I feel like if Zelina wins it, it'll be a same night cash-in type of shit. Or like maybe Rhea is ringside with Cody beating Dom and then comes out and failed cash in probably because they're not taking the belt off Rhea yet. Something like that. I don't know.
I just really can't stand the same night cash-in anymore. Like, yeah, the first couple of times I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. But now I'm just like, okay, that's enough slices. Like, like, can we stop doing this? Because then it's over, and then I used to love watching people hold the briefcase for a long time, and like you never knew when they were gonna cash in. Like it could be any time. When they cash in the same night, it's like, all right, well, now that's over.
It's like, do you remember when Big E was like, I am cashing in tonight? Like, he just told people when he was cashing. That was pretty funny. But I don't usually like when they do stuff like that. So,
yeah.
My favorite thing about like Money in the Bank is like the surprise element.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed the Theory Money in the Bank reign because him just going and then he was gonna cash in and then something happens. Like, it was so funny. It was so good. And it kept you on your toes.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this Money in the Bank. The card already looks good so far, especially with Roman and Solo versus the Usos.
Yeah, I saw that. I actually didn't think that they were just going to go ahead and announce that off the bat, but because I saw a lot of people like making edits of it, like, oh yeah, this would be great if this happened. But then they were like, okay, sure, why not? We'll do it. I was like, oh wow, okay.
Well, when I watched SmackDown and Jay turned around and kicked Roman in the face, I literally I laughed so hard. It was like almost like a maniacal laugh because I was just so happy that he did that. And
I screamed.
Yeah, I was like, because he's sticking with his brother. Love that. And I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't.
Roman's little temper tantrum was funny, though. He's like, leave me. Like, yeah.
Like, yeah,
done.
Yeah, you've been
still
abusive.
Smoking that bloodline pack. That's right. Commented that on my video, but yeah, that was crazy. It's finally over. The bloodline's finally over, but the reign of terror is not over yet. So,
I mean, yeah, he's not gonna have a title match until SummerSlam.
I heard reports he was supposed to defend that Money in the Bank. I guess they were scrapped last minute. He did defend against Ray at like a fucking house, excuse my French, house show the other night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dom so interfered and, you know, obviously cost him the match, whatever, but I don't know. I will say, though, like, I'm trying not to hate on Roman too much when it comes to defending the title because I did look it up. He's defended quite a few times throughout his entire reign. And I know you don't watch AEW, but MJF has been world champ for over 200 days and only defended it 4 times.
Really?
So I'm not trying to compare, but I am saying, okay, well, I don't see a lot of people, you know, shitting on MJF for that. So maybe I'll take it a little easy on Roman. But at the same time, MJF is also on TV pretty much every week. And Roman
is not.
Sometimes it's like, where are you at? But
like after WrestleMania, he was gone for 6 weeks. Like, that's insane to be the champion and you're not on TV for 6 weeks and it's not even because of injury.
And then Triple H comes out and talks shit about him and then rewards him with a whole new belt. It's like, what do you make up your mind? You like him or not?
He's still holding the other 2 belts.
I did see someone comment that earlier. That's really annoying.
Why are they still bringing out the other 2 belts? Like, I thought the point of the new belt was to get rid of those 2 belts. Why?
That's what it should be.
Why is he now Roman 3 belts? I don't understand.
It's not even really 3 belts, though, if they're all the same title.
Yeah.
Really. So I'm trying to look at it. It's technically 1 belt, really. He's just like carrying the other 2 around to be cool, basically.
Well, but it's like, please, just take those away. We don't need them anymore. It's just strange to me. It's strange that he's still carrying around the other 2 belts.
Malik was over here saying he need more to be on. Okay, well, that's why Malik is
Yeah.
not in charge of booking. My God.
Malik wants Roman to have all the belts, so the biggest Roman stan.
I pray on everything that is holy when I am in WrestleMania. When I'm in Philadelphia at WrestleMania next year, a lot of us are going, that that belt will finally be taken away from him. Oh my gosh. What a glorious day that would be. Will be. Manifesting it to happen.
Yeah, manifest it. But speaking of championships, though, how are we feeling about Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker?
I love that. I absolutely love that Seth is going over to NXT. Shout out to Braun Breaker for kind of shitting on his dad these past couple days. Very well deserved. But I was surprised that, they kind of threw that out. Braun's like randomly, oh, I lost to Mello. Hey, what about you? And he's like, okay. I like that they're doing that. The fact that I mean, I'm not a huge Braun Breaker fan. I do think he's a bit basic. He's very good in the ring, though. So I am excited for this match. I am going to watch it. And I think it's cool that the NXT talent, I mean, oh my gosh, I would much rather see Mello versus Seth Rollins, but given that he is the current champion, we'll do what we will. But I'm excited, and I like to see the NXT talent getting involved in the world title picture, and this is also a great transition for Braun to the main roster, which is inevitable. So,
yeah, I mean, I hadn't watched NXT probably in like, I don't know, 2 months maybe, just because I was kind of it was too much wrestling for me. At one point, I was like, all right, watching Raw, SmackDown, the 2 pay-per-views in the same month. Like, I was like, I need a break. So I wasn't watching NXT, but I watched last week's episode, and I didn't realize that Braun turned heel.
Yeah, a while ago.
Yeah, well, yeah, I hadn't watched in a while, so I didn't realize that he had turned, which I think was a good move for him because he was getting booed anyway. At the end of his title reign, he was getting booed. So I think that was a natural transition. And I don't mind the match, him versus Seth, but let's just move him up to the main roster then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, at that point it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe I would have done something where Seth's like, oh, well, why don't you make your debut on Monday Night Raw and we'll have the title match. Like, I feel like that kind of would have made more sense. But maybe this is also them trying to put more eyes on NXT, as they should. Yeah. As Junior says, NXT's been killing it. Honestly, there was at one point in the past 2 months where NXT was probably their best brand. And it kind of like flip-flops every now and then. I'd say SmackDown is probably number 1 again right now. But NXT is really, really good. I love it. If anybody is not watching it, you should watch it. They have some of the Match of the Year contenders in there, especially with Elijah Dragunov. It's great. I love NXT. So I'm excited that more eyes are going to be put on NXT and hopefully the main roster. Because it's annoying to me seeing these NXT call-ups. I know exactly who they are. They're not getting any kind of reaction from the main roster audience. Like, yeah, I got in a Twitter fight with someone the other day because they were like, Grayson Waller is terrible. Everyone hates him. And I'm like, he's been on the main roster for not even that long. You gotta give him a little bit of time.
I wasn't a big Grayson Waller fan, when I was watching NXT, but already on the main roster, I find him hilarious.
He's awesome.
And I don't know if you saw my video of putting tag teams together for the mixed match challenge, if that ever comes back. Like I said, put him and Bayley together, I will watch all day long. Because I just think they would work so well together, and they could do ding dong hello, it's the Grayson Waller effect.
That would be a lot. He did do some kind of mixed match thing where he formed an alliance with the current NXT Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton back when Grayson was in NXT. That was pretty fun. Yeah, they had a very fun dynamic. This was when Tiffany was still doing her kind of daddy's little rich girl gimmick. So that with Grayson's narcissistic personality in NXT, that was a lot of fun, that matchup. So he can definitely do that. I loved him interacting with Charlotte. It was hilarious. He was,
Yeah.
I want to woo so bad right now. That was awesome. I love him. I think he's doing a good job. What's going on, Nas? I'm excited for Grayson to have a match too. And for anyone who hasn't seen Grayson in the ring yet, he can go. Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Not denying that he's good in the ring, because he is. I think it's just sometimes, yeah, like we said, the transition from NXT to the main roster just doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean,
And
Zoe Stark is getting crickets.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it time and time again where sometimes it just doesn't work, sometimes it does. And I think it also has to do with their gimmick. Like, I really didn't know how it was going to go for Pretty Deadly, because I didn't know if the main roster audience was going to accept them in that gimmick.
Yeah.
You know, because no offense to all my men here, but there is still toxic men in the wrestling community who don't like Pretty Deadly because they're feminine or whatever you want to call them.
Flamboyant, if you will.
Yeah, flamboyant. So I didn't know how it was going to go over, but I think them teaming up with Theory is such a good move.
They also cut a really, in what I thought was a very good promo when they won. I mean, granted, it was kind of short. When they won, Kevin and Sammy came out and they were talking to him. I thought they held their own on the mic. They were very good. I didn't see many stutters or anything. I think, yeah, again, it'll take time for them to get over. But I think they're already kind of getting some attention as heels. People are already like, I don't like those guys. But I really hope that people can kind of look past the whole like, oh, they're too feminine or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they're amazing in the ring and they're so much fun to watch just in general, regardless of whatever they're wearing. Sometimes what they'll wear is so bad it's funny. And I think that's part of their gimmick. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of adapt. But I'm happy they won the tag team little turmoil thing they had.
Yeah, it's something new, something fresh.
Poor
But
Hit Row.
Oh my gosh, that was so bad. But I remember the first time that I saw Pretty Deadly, I just randomly watched an episode of NXT because like I hadn't watched in a long time. And they were wearing like cowboy chaps with the half, the half shirts that they wear, and I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
and then they were like, they had, British accents, and I was even more, "What is this?" Because I'm like, why are they wearing like cowboy stuff right now? Like, I was so confused. But watching them over the past couple months, like, I get it,
Yeah.
The girls who get it, and I just didn't get it at the time, but I get it now. And yeah, I think they're hilarious, and I really like that they're kind of working with Theory. And I like that they won the tag team gauntlet match. What I didn't like was that everybody was at ringside instead of just like coming down
really
the ramp.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was supposed to be just like to make it faster, because maybe they were low on time or something. Yeah. But yeah, poor Hit Row. I know if Axel was here, he would be going off about it because he loves Hit Row.
I feel like I'm one of the only people in Wrestle Talk that actually really likes Hit Row.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel bad for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm indifferent towards them. I feel bad for them because of the way they're getting booked, but I'm not like a huge fan, and that could potentially be because of the way they're getting booked. So, I mean, I think the heel turn was necessary because of everything that happened with Top Dollar. And Michael Cole still says stuff, and it cracks me up.
They have some IRL beef going at this point, I really do think, because I ran straight to Top Dollar's Twitter after the show, and he was not a happy camper.
With Michael Cole?
Yeah, just throwing like little digs. But I think it's funny what Michael Cole is doing, but at the same time, I'm also like, well, how many times have we seen other superstars do botches that were way worse, and we don't really talk about it anymore? But Top Dollar gets like, brought up every week.
Calling him Flop Dollar, I'm like, I'm like, Michael Cole, sir, you are destroying
That
this
was
man
good.
right now.
That was funny. Top Dollar, if you're watching, we do love you. We do.
we want the best for you, truly.
I am a really big fan of Ashante the Adonis. He's so good. I would love to see him as a single star a little more. But yeah, Hit Row is not. Apparently, I read that they have just no creative plans going forward for them.
And I would like BFAB to be more included in the women's division, but I don't really know what her skill level is. But
I watched her match with Elektra Lopez in NXT, and no.
Not
Granted,
good.
that wasn't NXT, and that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Lord, she hasn't had a singles match like since. But I don't know. Maybe she's more into. Maybe she's kind of like a Maxine Dupree, and she's more into the management style role. I don't know.
Yeah, which is totally possible, and like that's fine. You know, if you want to live your best life, just being a valet or a manager, do you.
Yeah.
But if you want to get in the ring, then I hope the best for you that you get to be in the ring. Like with Scarlett, like I don't know if she wants to wrestle, but I was surprised by the mixed tag match on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I was surprised by her performance. I was like, all right, girl, you took those bumps.
I was too. I was genuinely like, I mean, like I've seen Scarlett wrestle before, outside of WWE as well. But I could tell like she'd been in there. She's been practicing.
Yeah.
Shout out to CM Punk because you can tell he's been training too.
No, not shout out to CM Punk.
What? Anybody watch Collision? Yeah, me neither. No, I'm kidding.
Sorry, I despise CM Punk.
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah. I have always like not liked him, and people always think I'm just doing it to like be like what's the word? Yeah, to like be different, and I'm like, no, I just genuinely don't like him.
I mean, that's not real. There's a lot of people that don't like him, so I personally do. And
yeah, that's fine.
100% Team CM Punk over the Elite. I'm not gonna bag too much on an AEW Collision though, because apparently it was a pretty good show and did quite well. I know, Junior. That's what I'm saying. I watched a clip of him in the ring last night, and I was like, oh, okay. Like you could tell. We digress. Who the hell were we talking about? Hit Row. I agree, Nas. Michael Cole probably is one of the reasons why Hit Row is not doing that great.
Yeah, still calling him Flop Dollar.
But it's doing well with Michael Cole, and the fans are liking that. So I don't think they're going to tell him to stop anytime soon.
Yeah, and then going back to Scarlett and Karrion Kross, I was surprised that they won that match.
I know, me too.
But AJ Styles taking off his glove and being like, I'm married, bitch.
That is a loyal man, because when you have Scarlett Bordeaux in front of you and you are still able to show your ring and say you're married. AJ Styles' wife, you got a real one.
Yeah, that was really good. I enjoyed that.
Also, her husband was like on the floor a few feet away and she's like flirting. And I was like,
Miss Ma'am, I mean, I understand survival instincts, but damn.
Karrion watching is going to rewatch this backstage like, okay. But I thought that match was pretty good, actually. I really liked the chemistry between Mia and Scarlett. I love Mia Yim. She should be in the Money in the Bank match. But I like the little mixed tag thing that they have going. The OC, I don't know what the hell they're doing there. They were in the little tag team turmoil match, that's what I'm going to keep calling it, and got the boot pretty quickly. I don't know why.
Yeah.
They were brought back by Triple H for like one little segment where AJ Styles was like, I have friends to Judgment Day.
Yeah.
And now what are they doing? Nothing.
I feel like they didn't think long term about that.
Mia at least is getting involved in the women's division and stuff, so there's that. You know who should be in the Money in the Bank ladder match? And you know who should freaking win it?
Who? Tell me.
LeRae. Why is she? That is the queen of ladders, and so is Mia Yim. Like, Candice LeRae should be in that match. She is so good, and I feel like she'd kill it in a Money in the Bank match. I'm really upset that she is not in it.
Yeah,
Is there
I
a last
mean,
chance qualifying match, or is that just between Trish and Raquel?
I'm not sure, honestly.
I know there's a chance for Trish or Raquel to go in, which means
Oh, please, Raquel.
probably Raquel.
Yeah, please, please, Raquel.
I'd actually like to see Raquel win. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's very possible.
I remember at the beginning of the year, she was being discussed as the top star to win Money in the Bank. So now she's not in the match. She probably will be tomorrow. Candice and Mia should be in the match. Exactly. Like, Becky and Bailey, take them out. Put Candice in. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think there's so many women not being utilized, and there's so little spots in the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah, that sucks.
But then also, Asuka's not having a match at Money in the Bank. Her and Charlotte's match is the SmackDown before, and then as far as I know, Rhea doesn't have a match either.
She doesn't. And the tag team women's unification match is also on the SmackDown. Like, you could have easily had that at Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
even as
100%.
like the kickoff show or something. I don't know.
So far we have the women's Money in the Bank, the men's Money in the Bank, Seth and Finn, and then Dom and Cody, and then Roman and Solo and the Usos. It's probably just going to be those 5 matches. But
and no women's title matches. That's so
I
sad.
actually might be okay with that, because then they can't cash in that night.
Oh yeah, but then are they just gonna cash in like on Friday night or Monday night?
I mean, hopefully not.
Kind of
Hopefully
like a
it'll
Nikki
be.
Ash situation.
I still can't believe they did that.
I was so shocked when she won.
I still can't believe it. Yeah, and I mean,
if that's
the case, and there's no women's matches on the card, and then nobody can cash in, I'm actually okay with that, because I'm tired of the same night cash in for the women. I'm over it.
Yeah, I am pretty tired. Rhea, I did see that Rhea's going against Natalya this Monday in a non-title match.
Oh, Natty.
I don't know what they're doing with Natalya, if they're actually going to do something with this little redemption thing she's having, or if she's just going to get squashed in like 15 seconds instead of 10.
Which she deserves better.
Yeah.
Truly. She deserves better. But another thing that I saw recently, because I watch NXT, that I'm happy about is Dana Brooke.
Yeah.
I actually have always liked Dana Brooke. I, was never like a huge fan, but I liked her. And I'm happy that she's going down to NXT and doing stuff there, because I think she'll just fit better in that atmosphere. I think she just got lost on the main roster and with the 24/7 title and all that stuff. So I think going to NXT and kind of being the veteran, but still like trying to prove herself, I like that vibe for her.
I really hope they give her a Mandy Rose kind of run. Maybe not 400 and something days with the championship, but I don't know. I've always seen something in Dana Brooke. I've always liked her. I was secretly like, whenever I would go to, I've been to 2 different Monday Night Raws, and each time Dana Brooke was on main event, I was like, go Dana! I really like her. I would love to see her beat Cora Jade's ass. I think they're doing that match at Gold Rush, NXT Gold Rush. Same show that Braun is gonna face Seth for, so that'll be fun. Dana's got a match then. I was surprised she didn't win the Battle Royal, and they had Thea Hale win. That was pretty surprising.
That came out of left field.
But
when I saw that, I was like, oh.
Very, very weird. That would have been, but at the same time, I was also like, okay, well, maybe they want to give it to someone who's actually in like NXT. So
yeah,
I like Thea. I think that'll be fun, and hopefully Dana will get her shot eventually.
Yeah, and I think it'll happen. I hope it'll happen.
I want to see that woman with gold. That's not the cheap 24/7 title.
I would have even been okay with her being a tag team, champion. Like,
yeah,
just something that's not the 24/7 title.
Yeah, her and Mandy were tag partners for a while. They had a funny feud with Nia and Shayna. That was pretty fun. I could have seen a tag title run for them.
Why don't I remember that?
Exactly. Because it was a Thunderdome era.
Oh, that makes sense.
I was a weirdly avid watcher during the Thunderdome era, but
I mean, what else was there to do at that
that's
point?
so true. I thought they were giving it to yes, I don't like Cora Jade either. Axel is not here to defend her. She is terrible. I was so glad she lost. I don't get the hype either, Junior. Here's my thing with Cora Jade. I'm sure she is an incredibly sweet woman. She seems very nice. She's beautiful, whatever. But I watched every time I go into a Cora Jade match, which I keep watching them to see when I'm going to be proven wrong, I get the same results. It's yikes. No.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many of her matches, and I think it's good now that Braun is a heel, because now maybe they can actually work together on TV because she's a heel. Because I feel like they couldn't before because he was still a face. So now that he's a heel, they can work together, and maybe that'll elevate her as well.
Cora Jade is a star. Stop lying. You don't gotta lie. You don't gotta lie. Not everybody in the WWE is a star. Unfortunately, that's just how it is.
Yeah, it's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
I feel like if she had maybe the kind of wrestling skills that maybe like Roxanne Perez has, she could get up there pretty quickly. But when you're saying she's the next Sasha Banks and she is nowhere near Sasha. Sasha was one of the best women's wrestlers in the world when she was in NXT. Okay, mm-hmm. Cora is nowhere even near that. So it's like, I don't see her putting on a takeover match like Sasha versus Bayley Brooklyn anytime soon. So let's not lie to ourselves here.
But speaking of Roxanne, where is she?
She is feuding with Blair Davenport, who has recently returned.
But like, I mean, I guess just because I haven't been watching, I don't understand what happened with her not having the title anymore. I know she had that match against, I apologize, I don't know her name, the star from Japan.
Oh, Miko Satomura.
Yes. So they had their match, and then
that was a long time ago.
Yeah, and then Roxanne like passed out or whatever. And then I never knew what happened after that.
I think what happened was they were like, okay, we might have to crown a new women's champion, so let's do a ladder match. So they had, the NXT women's title suspended above the ring, and a ladder match, whatever. And Roxanne she was medically cleared last minute, so she was able to be in the match. And then Indy won, which was bananas. And Roxanne, I guess, never really... Well, she did get a chance to try again and get her title back, but then Tiffany won. So I think Roxanne in the title, we could take a break from it. I don't think... Her reign was very, very short, though. I was surprised. And yes, Junior, she is bad.
I think Roxanne just wasn't ready. So maybe that's why they took the title off of her. But she was the only, valid choice after the Mandy Rose situation. So
we could have had 500 days of Mandy Rose.
Yeah, I was ready for Mandy to return on the main roster.
Nah, she's not coming back not anytime soon, at least.
No, but I'm saying at that time, I was ready for her return. I was ready for her to come in and have a WrestleMania match. I was that ready for her. And then
And she's really improved. I was really hoping for some kind of matchup between her and Bianca. I feel like the promos would be really, really funny.
Yeah.
It's a shame we never got that. You never know what the future holds.
Yeah.
Mandy is open to returning, but she is currently taking a break from wrestling, period. So I don't know. I hope they bring her back because she is proof that you can go from jobber to top star.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I kind of hope they do with Dana Brooke. So
yeah, I would love that for Dana Brooke. So we'll see what happens. I really liked Dana Brooke's gimmick when she was with Charlotte Flair.
I thought that was really good. Yes, it was great.
And so I feel like that's how Zoe Stark and Trish are right now. So I'm hoping for good things with Zoe Stark. I wasn't really a fan of her when she was in NXT. I'm still on the fence about her. Obviously, she's very talented.
Yeah, I was
Not
gonna say
denying
those
that.
in-ring skills are already there. I don't
Yeah.
like how they changed her. No, I feel like no one's talking about how they changed her finisher name from K360 to Z360. I don't I don't know why
Didn't even know that was a thing.
it was originally called the K360
Mhm.
and now it's I don't know. They do these weird little things when they move them up to the main roster, these little
Yeah.
change quips. I don't like it.
At least they didn't change her name.
Yeah, they could have called her like Zoe Starr or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's
Like
not
I
great, but
don't.
I've seen worse. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
I don't mind Io Sky. Like I don't mind that being her name. Obviously, she was Io Shirai, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's just like, why? Why are you doing that? It's weird. I always preferred Io Shirai. I think that sounds better.
I think they just wanted less syllables. Maybe it just sounded better to them.
Yeah, probably. That's sad.
Yeah. But as far as everything that's going on in WWE right now, I think we were kind of in this like weird transition period after WrestleMania, and I think we're finally starting to go back up that hill.
Yeah, we're getting back on our feet, and I'm excited for what SummerSlam is going to look like. I'm sensing a Charlotte Flair victory over Bianca Belair, and then we might turn the tide at WrestleMania. That would be very cool. 4-0. Let's do it. But I think we're in a good position right now. I think all of wrestling is in a pretty good position right now. Hell, AEW's got their new show that did pretty well, apparently. So it's a good time to be a wrestling fan overall.
Yeah, agreed. And I think the internet wrestling community, I mean, maybe I just don't see it that often, but I feel like it's getting slightly better. Maybe that's just what I've seen.
I've seen some really toxic people on my For You page, just like big creators with 10 times more followers than me, talking crap about Bianca Belair. Block. I don't want to see
Blocking
that.
people is so fun. I don't know why. It just is.
I wonder, can you see how many people you have blocked on TikTok?
Yes, you can. You can go there's a section where you can like see all the people you've blocked.
Should we do a live reveal of how many people I have blocked right now?
Oh, one thing I did want to talk about, speaking of TikTok. I posted a video, I think it was last week, of someone trying to scam me as Alexa Bliss. And then Alexa Bliss posted about, not about mine specifically, but like about people doing that on her Instagram. And I'm like, I told y'all this was happening. And I feel so bad for her that, like, I mean, I don't even know how she even found out about it, that people were doing that. But they went as far as to bring up, like, her pregnancy, like, saying, oh, yeah, like, saying something like, oh, I'm having mood swings because I'm pregnant and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how dare you?
That is so creepy.
Like, that's so tacky and creepy and just, like, not okay to be using, like, someone's pregnancy as part of your scam.
I get those, like when you go in Twitter DMs or Instagram DMs, you can see, like, hidden requests, and it's always, like, a fake Matt Riddle account, like, oh, thank you so much for being a super fan of me. This is my private account.
Yeah, I'm like, who do you think I am? Like, this is not... And I feel bad because there are people who fall for it. We saw it happen with Seth Rollins.
And Liv Morgan.
With that one guy.
Oh,
wait, what happened with Liv Morgan?
Oh, like, some fake person got a lot of money out of somebody. Like, I think, like, some dude, and someone please correct me if I'm wrong, because I could very well be wrong. Some dude thought that he was buying a house for Liv.
Stop.
I think I could be wrong, but it was something like it was a lot of fucking money, basically.
Like, that's so crazy to me.
God bless that man. Hope he's well.
Yeah, I hope he's mentally okay.
But at the same time, it's like, come on, what WWE superstar is gonna ask for, like, money, you know?
Yeah, or like, oh, this is my special account to just talk to my fans and da-da-da. Like, they don't have time for that.
No, they do not.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It's my blocked account.
Oh my gosh. Stop, it keeps going.
It does not say how many. It doesn't say like a total number, but.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I don't even think I have that many people blocked.
I mean, I usually, because I get so tired of negative comments.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll entertain them if they make me laugh. Usually it's just an insta block because I'm just like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want that negative energy.
Yeah. I wanted to answer this question really quick. Thoughts on the fans not letting Finn talk?
That was really annoying. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the Seth singing the song, yeah, maybe we should kind of pull back the reins on that. It's getting a little old, guys. It's getting a little old.
They went on for way too long. And I was like, all right, like we need to keep it pushing. And it's one thing when it's happening to Dom, because that's part of the gag.
Oh yeah, I love that.
But when it's happening to Finn, I'm just like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
I did not like that. I think the singing was way too much. Like, I get it, you know, they're playing it up for Seth, but even at like one point, I feel like Seth was trying to like get them to stop.
I forget what he said, but he did say something, and that kind of finally made everyone simmer down. But it was like, okay, we get it, it's fun, like, but I don't know. I am a huge fan of Finn Balor, so I was pretty irritated by that.
And I just like, I wanted to hear the promo. Like, I don't want to hear you guys. Like, I want to hear the promo.
And it is fun in person, though. When you're there in person, it is pretty fun.
It is, yeah. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that. I think it's okay to do for a little bit, like the singing, but eventually, like, all right, let's simmer down so that we can hear what's actually like going on.
Yeah.
But like I said, with Dom, it's different because it's hilarious when it's happening to Dom, and he plays into it.
He's just like, "Mommy, boo!" It's so loud.
It's so loud.
Oh, it's crazy. I love it.
It's hilarious.
People.
And also, I want to answer this question: how often do you guys go live? So we go live every Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific time 5 p.m. Eastern time,
yes.
2 p.m. 2 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, we go live every week. Sometimes we might miss a week for, you know, unforeseen things, but we try to be here every week for you guys. We also post reels and stuff on Instagram. We post videos on TikTok. So
we might have to start hiring people because to join our. Does anyone want to join the Meet Us in the Ring podcast? Because our two other people are not here.
We're the 2-woman band right now.
Yeah.
I'm a one-man band. Do you remember Heath Slater being the one-man band?
Oh my god.
Just really quick, off topic. That was hilarious. But yes, so we go live every week, so make sure to join us. We're always here.
5
but
o'clock.
On that note, we are going to go ahead and wrap up so we can get out of here so everybody can enjoy the rest of their Sunday. I am Mary the Heel. Once again, you can follow me on TikTok at Mary the Heel. You can follow my Instagram, Mary the Cosbounder, and all of my other links are in my link tree in those bios. Even though TikTok is weird and won't let me link my link tree. It's really frustrating.
Weird.
But yeah, it's really weird. So make sure to follow me there, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow Meet Us in the Ring on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that good stuff.
I haven't done my outro in a while, so I'm going to try. Maddie at IZ Persephone on TikTok and Twitch. All my social media links are in the link tree in my TikTok bio. Luckily, mine's actually working. So go ahead and do the do. And yeah, we'll be here next week. Follow Meet Us in the Ring on TikToks for clips as well.
Yes, and next week should be our Meet Us in the Ring Money in the Bank predictions video. And then after that will be the aftermath of Money in the Bank. So those are the 2 episodes we have coming up. So make sure to tune in for those. And we will see you guys next time.